joining me in another video, and I hope you're all keeping safe and staying well and healthy. For this video, I would like to share with you my experience in the last few days post chemotherapy. For today, I'm just really very happy to be here with you today, to be feeling normal and feeling much better than the last few days. So today is the day 8 post chemotherapy, and I just would like to talk a little bit about that, to maybe share some experiences, my personal experience, and some information and suggestions as well on how to surf the waves during chemotherapy treatment. As I mentioned, today is day 8. So far, my experience on day 1 chemotherapy went really well. My oncology nurse was amazing. She was monitoring me all throughout, and I responded very well on the chemotherapy with very mild side effects. The only side effect that I experienced on day 1 was the neuropathy, but that was easily managed at the time. In my experience from 3 years ago, and also so far my experience again during this cancer recurrence and my first chemo last Friday, was pretty much the same. The day 1 I was okay, day 2 was good, day 3, majority of day 3 was really good. The side effects started to manifest the evening of day 3, and it continued to until day 4, day 5, day 6, and some of day 7. The symptoms that I had were fatigue, just the overall feeling so sick, like you're feeling so tired. The neuropathy was pretty bad. Thanks to my mom and my dad, who really helped me a lot with the massage, because that really helped a lot. It helped me sleep. The nausea, and the good news is that the nausea and the vomiting are much better managed nowadays, because there's medication now to help us with that. For me, the prescription is Zofran. The one thing that's really very important for us to remember while we're going through this chemotherapy treatment is that if we are very, very sick, if we're super sick while going through chemotherapy, there's something wrong. Because there's a lot of improved medication, improved technology to help us combat and better manage the symptoms and side effects of chemotherapy. So these are the tips, the strategies that I find helpful, that I practice, that I also would like to share with you, because we are in this together. So let's start with the day before chemotherapy. What I find helpful is in managing the anxiety or the fear while thinking about what's going to happen the next day for chemotherapy. What's really helpful is to help redirect our thoughts. What I find helpful is that for the day before chemotherapy, I would make every intention and effort to keep myself busy, doing the things that I always wanted to do, just to relax and recharge. It could be, going for a road trip, which I really love. I love road trips. Or eating your favorite meal. That would be the best day to eat, because after chemotherapy, it's not going to be the same. It's going to be difficult to eat our favorite meals. Once we start chemotherapy, we can't eat raw foods. We can't eat sushi. We can't really eat much fatty foods or beef. If you like to hang out with your friends, with your family, as long as we are mindful of our vulnerability, especially with COVID-19, go for it. Go for a walk, go for your meditation outdoor. That would be great. If you like to just have chillax, like a restful day, and you just want to spend the day watching your favorite movies or series on Netflix, do that. Make sure that we keep hydrated, and let's also make sure that the day before chemotherapy, let's have a good 8-9 hours of sleep, because our body's going to need that. Now, on the big day, on the day of chemotherapy, what I really find helpful is to really partner with our oncology nurse to help us go through this. We have amazing oncology nurse who are amazing at what they do, and they also need our help. We need to let them know the things that we're feeling so that they'll be able to help us the most effective and efficient way. So during chemotherapy, for example, if we start to notice if you're wearing a porticot, or like myself, I'm doing the regular IV infusion, if you're noticing the burning sensation on your porticot or on your PIC or IV infusion, report immediately. Don't wait, okay? They need to check that out once, if you begin to start the burning sensation. Another great advice that really helped me get through my chemotherapy 3 years ago when I was first diagnosed was the best advice that was given by my cousin, who is a nurse at Yale Hospital, who's an amazing nurse. And she advised that to prevent mouth sores, and not very many cancer patients who's going through chemotherapy, especially the regimen that I'm taking, same regimen that I'm taking, carboplatin and paclitaxel, is that it helps to prevent mouth sores if we keep ourselves hydrated with cold fluid. Lots and lots of liquid. Make sure it's cold, and make sure it's not alcoholic, of course, and lots of ice chips in our mouth. So keep ourselves hydrated, keep drinking that nice, refreshing cold drink, and keep putting ice chips in our mouth during chemotherapy. So it's important to remember that the first day of chemotherapy, the very first regimen on chemotherapy, is going to be the longest. It's usually 6 to 8 hours. Also depending on how we respond to the treatment. So make sure all throughout that 6 to 8 hours, let's keep ourselves hydrated, even if it could be annoying because it can make us go to the washroom more frequent. That's okay, because that's really going to help us better manage all those chemotoxics that we need that will be induced in our body. So it's important to remember that during the chemotherapy, it's going to be a long day. So like what I mentioned, it's usually 6 to 8 hours. So it's really very important to plan ahead and bring things that will keep us occupied. What I find helpful is to I would bring my favorite book, or if you like audiobooks, or if you like watching movies, bring your tablet, bring your phones with you, your laptop, and make sure you bring your earphones too. And your favorite snacks, light snacks, don't be afraid to eat, okay? We need it. We need those supplements. So I always snack during chemo. Bring your fruits, your crackers, anything that's light, but eat. And like what I mentioned, a lot of liquid. The next that I would also share with you guys is how to prepare after chemo. So usually, for me, my personal experience, the difficult time is usually day 4, day 3, 4, 5, 6 to 7. Those are the days that I usually get really sick. And when we don't feel well physically, it can also trigger a lot of worry, a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety. So what I would strongly recommend is, let's educate ourselves enough to be ready for these symptoms. There's no harm in doing online researches, but please don't always consult to Dr. Google, okay? Let's have enough information to help us identify the right questions to ask. And the best team really to ask about questions regarding the symptoms or the things that we need to be prepared for is our oncologist and our oncology team. Okay, so write down all our questions. Let's always consult with our oncology so that we'll be better prepared for the symptoms. Now, the strategies that I also find helpful during those difficult days are being kind or being kinder to ourselves, giving ourselves the permission to be more compassionate and understanding, okay? It's okay to change your schedule. It's okay to do small things one step at a time. That's okay. our main priority is to be more compassionate towards ourselves, that we are going through really difficult treatment that attacks our immune system. Chemotherapy does not only attack the cancer cells, it also attacks the good cells. That's why we lose our hairs, particularly for the chemo regimen that I'm on right now. So self-love, self-compassion, self-care, giving ourselves the permission to rest, refuel, and recharge are the strategies that I would really recommend for us to focus on those difficult days, knowing that hopefully it's not going to be the same every day. I have 3 weeks break in between my chemotherapy to help me recharge and prepare myself again for the next regimen. So I always look forward to the second week, because the second week, especially starting day 8, I start to feel better again slowly, and I start to smile and laugh again a lot, and I start to be able to do the things that I like. So let's look forward to that. Now, before we end this video, I also would like to share this week's self-reflection that I pondered on. So last night, I was able to chat with one of my cousins, also in the States, a cousin who I strongly respect, a cousin who really means a lot to our family, a cousin who is, I believe, a very strong woman, a very passionate woman, very successful in her career, very independent woman. And I really appreciate her sharing last night when she, for the first time, shared with us that back in 2016, she also battled a very serious illness that almost took her life and took her quality of life. And I was just so amazed that I asked her permission to share this with you, because I think this is very powerful sharing, that she went through that difficult season in her life. She started to lose weight. She was very sick. She had to go through one doctor to another and another before she finally found the doctor that was able to help her manage the symptoms. Fast forward back from 2016 to present, she's doing much better now. That I had an opportunity to talk to her yesterday, and when I asked her what is it that she remembers, what is it that she appreciates or regretted during that time, and she said if she had to do it again, if she had to do it all over again, she'll do it again. And she shared that everything that happens in our life, there is an important reason behind it. We might not understand that at the moment that we're going through that storm and really using all our strength to surf the wave, but there is always an important reason, a golden reason behind it. And she said she suffered for years. She went through from one doctor to another to another. Yet during those difficult seasons in her life, she recognized how much stronger she really is. That despite of those difficult times, she has the ability, the strength, and the inner courage to dictate how she would like her life to go through from there. She decided to continue to work while going through treatment. She had to go through liquid chemotherapy that also caused a lot of side effects on her body, but she persevered. And fast forward to this year, she was now able to share with me yesterday, which I feel was a very powerful and encouraging message, when she said that because of what she'd gone through, she was able to help someone last year, someone who was also dealing with the same critical illness. She was able to identify and find that courage to talk to that person and ask that person, hey, are you okay? And you know, it's not always easy to say that, right? Because we are always worried about how to be politically correct, how to be sensitive. But at that moment, because of what you've gone through, because of what she learned from that darkest season in her life, she was able to spot when this person was also needing some help and support. And because she found the courage to talk to this person, the person trusted her. They've known each other for 16 years at work. The person trusted her to share the health issues that he was also having at that time. And my cousin was able to direct this person to the doctor, to the specialist who helped her regain her quality of life back. This person that she helped regain his life back has been suffering for 1 year and didn't have any idea on what to do. And because of that hardship that he endured and survived, she was able to recommend this person to the doctor who eventually helped him and gave him a second big shot in his life. And now, a year after, he's much healthy. He's doing so well. He's not having the symptoms anymore. The symptoms are very much managed. And every day, my cousin said that every day that person comes to their branch, or in the area, he would always make sure to see my cousin and just remind her how grateful he is because she did what she felt she needed to do. So what is the reflection in that story? What would be the advice that I would give to myself before cancer? That is definitely, if there is something that we need to do, if there is something that we know truly deep inside in our hearts that we need to do, do it! Just do it! Don't wait for the right time. Don't wait for the moment you're happy or more confident. The right time is now. Because there is no guarantee. And if you wake up, if you're talking right now, if you're able to walk, if you're able to breathe, that is the perfect opportunity. If there is someone you need to talk to, if there is something that you need to resolve, if there is a project that you want to do, if there is a business possibility that you would like to try, if there is a plan to travel that you always wanted to do, probably not now because of the COVID restrictions, but find time to do what you feel you really need to do. Just do it. Do it because right now, at this very moment, you can do it. If there is a love that you want to express to someone, don't wait for tomorrow. Just do it now. Whatever it takes, do what you think you need to do. And that will be my advice for myself before cancer. So please comment below if there is anything. I really would love to hear what is it that you really wanted to do that you can do now to make you feel a bit better, a bit happier, a bit more fulfilled. What are those? Please share and comment below. Till next time, guys and ladies, I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.